In the deepest reaches of hell, beyond the scorching rivers of fire and the haunting cries of the damned, a legion of demons reside. These beings, fierce and ancient, are organized into a hierarchy, with the most terrifying and powerful at the top, the demon princes. Each of these princes embodies one of the 7 deadly sins, ruling over their respective realms with unimaginable power. Among them, Leviathan stands out as one of the most enigmatic and fearsome. He is the Prince of Envy, the gatekeeper of hell, and a creature of immense mystery and terror, whose very essence embodies the insidious, consuming force of envy. These are the Demonology archives. Before we do discuss this incredibly interesting topic, I did want to say that this video was made possible by each and every one of you, and certainly those of you who support me via Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. If you would like to support me, check the links in the description below. There I also have brand new merchandise available in my store you might check out as well. And last but not least, we do have a Discord, so if you want to come chat with me and some other awesome members of our community, come join and hang out. Now, let's get to the content. To understand Leviathan, we must first understand the sin he represents. Envy is a feeling as old as humanity itself. It's that burning desire for what others possess, a desire that twists and warps the spirit. Envy is deeper than jealousy. It's not simply about wanting what another has, but resenting them for having it. It's a gnawing ache that makes one want to tear down, to destroy, rather than admire or strive. Envy is the pain one feels not only at another's success, but in their joy, their love, and their light. And this pain, when left unchecked, leads to ruin. Leviathan's tale is one of both legend and darkness. His origins can be traced back to the Bible itself, where he appears as a monstrous sea serpent. But over time, his story has taken on new dimensions. In the Hebrew Bible, Leviathan is mentioned in several books, including Psalms, Job, and Isaiah. Each one paints a vivid but varied picture of his terrifying presence. In Psalms, Leviathan is described as a creature so powerful that even the sea trembles under his weight. "You broke the heads of Leviathan in pieces," the verse reads, "and gave him as food to the people inhabiting the wilderness." Here, Leviathan is not merely a creature, but a force, a symbol of chaos and darkness that only God alone can subdue. Yet it is in the book of Job that Leviathan's fearsome nature truly comes to life. Job, a man of great faith, has been tested by unimaginable suffering, his life dismantled piece by piece. Broken and desperate, he questions why he must endure such hardship. God answers, not with comfort, but by revealing Leviathan. Who can open the doors of his face, God asks, with his terrible teeth all around? The creature's scales are described as tightly sealed, impenetrable, and gleaming with an otherworldly light. Flames burst from his mouth. His breath ignites coals. He's described as a creature beyond comprehension, whose power is so absolute that even a mere glimpse strikes terror into the heart of man. In ancient Jewish mythology, Leviathan was thought to be a primordial sea monster, a creature created in the dawn of time, symbolizing the untamed, chaotic forces of the world. Later occult interpretations transformed Leviathan into something far more insidious, the very hellmouth itself, a gaping, ravenous maw through which the damned passed into the fiery abyss. According to some traditions, when Lucifer and his host of rebellious angels were cast down from heaven, they found refuge within Leviathan. Here, hell itself was born. The fire stoked by Leviathan's unquenchable hunger for souls. His open jaws became the entrance to eternal torment, a monstrous mouth leading directly to the underworld. But why would Leviathan be linked to envy of all things? Envy is often called the diabolical sin because it brings forth so many other vices: hatred, bitterness, and cruelty. Unlike jealousy, which can sometimes inspire positive action, envy festers. It corrupts the soul, leading a person not only to want what others have, but to wish misfortune upon them for simply possessing it. The tale of Cain and Abel serves as a dark parable of envy's power. When God favored Abel's offering over his own, Cain's envy turned to hatred, and he murdered his brother. In that moment, he became a wanderer, forever cast out. Envy had consumed him, and in doing so, led him to destroy the one he should have cherished the most. Leviathan embodies this soul-consuming darkness. As the prince of envy, he does not merely wish to possess the souls that pass through his jaws. He despises them. He loathes their memories, their joys, their loves, and takes satisfaction in devouring all that once made them whole. His hunger is insatiable, his mouth stretching wider and wider to engulf the souls of the damned. It is said that Leviathan's gaze alone can strip away a soul's last shred of peace, leaving it bare and raw, ready to be swallowed by his unending rage. In theological texts, envy is often depicted as corrosive and isolating. Immanuel Kant, one of the Enlightenment's most prominent philosophers, described envy as a kind of self-inflicted misery. The envious person, he argued, cannot find contentment, for they see their own worth only through the distorted mirror of another's fortune. St. Augustine called it the diabolical sin, explaining that from envy springs every imaginable cruelty, hatred, detraction, joy at another's misfortune, and bitterness at their success. Augustine viewed envy as a poisonous seed that, once planted, spreads uncontrollably, leading the afflicted soul down a dark and unyielding path. But what lies at the other end of the spectrum from envy? The Apostle Paul, in his letters, speaks of love as the antidote to envy. Love, he says, is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. Love connects where envy isolates. It celebrates where envy destroys. And in Paul's view, love is the antidote to the isolation and bitterness that envy brings, a balm that soothes the soul and bridges the gap envy has created. In art, Leviathan is rarely depicted in his entirety. Painters and illustrators portray him as a colossal, partially seen beast, his vast body twisting and coiling, disappearing into shadows and waves. His head, often depicted with features akin to a lion or a dragon, devours the condemned in a frenzy, his eyes glowing with hatred. Some artists show him as a serpent encircling the earth, others as a gaping mouth through which the damned tumble into their oblivion. His body forms the vast fiery caverns of hell, his insides seething with unquenchable flames, burning hotter and fiercer than any fire on earth. In occult symbolism and worship, Leviathan's symbol is the Leviathan cross, sometimes referred to as the cross of Satan or Satan's cross. Depicted on the bottom is an infinity sign, and above is a double cross. The double cross symbolizes protection and balance between persons. The infinity sign underlines the constant and infinite nature and most likely symbolizes the eternal universe. This may have been used by Anton LaVey in the Satanic Bible as a mockery of the cross, to show that humans are their own centrum of balance and truth. This is what the ideology of Anton LaVey and the followers of the Church of Satan believe, and this is what this symbol represents in this association. An upside-down crucifix is not a symbol typically embraced by Satanists. It is instead seen as the cross of St. Peter, or the Petrine cross, since according to the Origin of Alexandria, Simon Peter was crucified upside down. However, turning a symbol like this, a cross upside down, is symbolic in its own, and the interpretation of doing so differs among Catholics and Satanists. In alchemy, the Leviathan's cross is a symbol for sulfur, which is one of the 3 essential elements of nature. In Asia, its name is the brimstone symbol. The Leviathan's cross offers multiple crossroads of the 2 crosses, and can also be interpreted as a sign of free choice. It can also be seen as a double stroke through, or an equal sign, showing that every person has their own life. With this symbol also representing sulfur in alchemy, alchemical drawings often portray sulfur as the sun. The symbol of sulfur is often used as an identifying symbol by Satanists, due to sulfur's historical association with the devil, as is often compared in this context to the Catholic pontifical cross. A more common symbol for sulfur is also a fire triangle surmounting a crossed earth. Interestingly, the Leviathan cross was created by the Knights Templar. The Leviathan's cross is typically used by theological Satanists, those who believe in an actual entity or force that is Satan. The Leviathan's cross was adopted by Anton LaVey and the Church of Satan, but LaVey Satanists, more often than not, don't actually believe in a Satan, or a god for that matter. It's practically an ego-driven revamping of older pagan beliefs, spearheaded by hedonism. The upside-down cross, of course, is typically adopted by LaVey Satanists as well, mostly to represent anti-Christian or anti-Catholic sentiment. Of course, these answers will vary upon who you ask, what their interpretation of the symbols are, and what they mean. In modern interpretations, Leviathan is not simply a creature, but a symbol of hell itself, the very embodiment of envy. He is an endless void, a maw that stretches wider with each soul he consumes, growing ever larger in his bid to encompass the universe. Those who pass into hell through Leviathan's mouth find themselves not merely in a place of fire and torment, but in a realm of absolute despair, a place where the echoes of their lives and their loves are twisted into reminders of what they will never have again. Thus Leviathan, the Hellmouth, the Prince of Envy, stands as a reminder of the consuming nature of envy. Envy is a hunger that grows the more it is fed. It devours, isolates, and poisons, turning even the brightest joys into ash. In Leviathan, we see the ultimate expression of envy, a monstrous, unending desire to consume all, to reduce everything to nothing. If you found this exploration of Leviathan intriguing, let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And a special thanks to my YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters for making this video possible. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the official store and join the Discord, links down below. And until next time, this has been Cody here at Mystery Archives. Remember to stay safe out there, especially from demons and envy. And take care. I'll see you next time.